started my job as a diploma graduate from Hawassa University, and I served as a development agent in the eastern part of Ethiopia for 4 years. And I did my bachelor degree here in Ethiopia and my master's in rural resource management in UK. So my training in the master's program has provided me a knowledge. I have to respect the norms and the value and knowledge of farmers. That's why I just started to have the importance of participation in my research. And I started breeding for barley. Barley is not easy. It's very, very sensitive for climate change and very difficult to breed comparing to other cereal crops. And I had a problem to succeed. Then the moment I started to involve farmers in making decisions and respecting their preference, and I'm oriented towards farmers' interest. Our breeding scheme looks for high yield, high disease resistance, and also insect pest resistance. In a very lower scale also, important traits as in nutrition, but farmers go beyond. They are a multitasker, so I have to deal with them, and many of my projects are really belonging to the farmers' ideas and innovations. For example, I had projects supported by IDRC on promoting local food upgrading using women cooperatives. I did also women and food science. That is a Norwegian support, where I did also training of nutrition women to support farmers and also empower women farmers to create markets. And I did seed safety through diversity, which is a plant breeding project supported by the Norwegians, and which helped me also to release technologies, where we have now 6 barley varieties, 1 malting and 1 food barley, released at national level. There was a call from our for a fellowship, and I succeeded in 2010. And I have to fulfill the training, the leadership and the gender training, and all this leadership and gender training, like planning yourself, having a roadmap, for the next 5-10 years. And because of that, I started to have assertiveness. I started to have self-awareness practice to know myself, and I started to align my activities with experts. And I raised my interest also to work on the issue of gender, to be a multitasker. And I accepted the invitation by the leaders at Mekelle University to establish the Institute of Gender and Environment at Mekelle University. So I was a director for 5 years from 2011. After I get the training in 2010, immediately it was part of my leadership skill, and then I became a director of Institute of Gender. Then as part of my career, I said I need to be a professor in short period. That's why I became the first Ethiopian female, and right now the only Ethiopian female plant breeder in Ethiopia. Yeah. So this is really, I'm using it as a motivation for others, for training. So I become more advocate and proactive for women in science. That's why I'm including women farmers in my research. I give training for female scientists to be curious and interested on bridging the gap and also building the capacity of female, And then after, I said, why not to be the Deputy Vice Chancellor in Mekelle University. So it's 2 years since I became a Deputy Vice Chancellor, and we are focusing on female. The seed safety through diversity had different thematic areas. One is breeding for abiotic and biotic stress, where we have climate resilient varieties. Like the variety I have is, one of them are 6-row, high yielding but drought, the waterlogging tolerance. Another one I have is extra early and also drought tolerance. And there is a moisture stressed area. It is the first time we produce 6-row and extra early varieties. So we have the earliness, we have the drought tolerance, we have the waterlogging tolerance, we have also disease pests tolerant varieties. So this way we said we have climate resilient varieties. instead of providing one variety with the principle of one jacket fits all, we provide different varieties. We also release for quality. The variety Fetien has high betaglucan, iron and zinc content, which also helps farmers to build up their nutrition, and because we are cereal based in Ethiopia, so when we provide them the nutritious type of variety, it would help them also to build their nutrition requirements. We have a very strong collaboration with award on grant project. That is a gender responsive in agriculture, because like in my country, in Ethiopia, we are agricultural-led policy. We have agricultural-led policy, but we have the finding that, like for example, intellectual women in Ethiopia, they are only represented by 6%, be it in leadership and in the scientific process. So we feel that the experience we have in this country is not responsive for gender. And similarly, at the grassroots level, most of the women left behind at home. So we want them to bring to the field because they have a knowledge on how to process the seed, on how to plant and how to select varieties. So we have also a finding that women are disempowered in the economic access, control over the resources and so on. So we want to develop a model together with award. We want to introduce a new model on how to be inclusive, on how to be also empowering the women at a different level. That's why we call it University Without Border, reaching all different groups of gender in the farming and also in the urban areas. So as part of the support by award, already we have 3 trainees in Nairobi in gender, mainstreaming in agriculture, and 4 leaders, directors. They are being trained in Abuja, Nigeria in the leadership. So we are really looking forward for other more supporters. I'm working with farmers. I'm supporting them in cooperative, seed producer cooperatives. We have more than 50 cooperatives in Tigray. So we also, as a breeder, we provide them new release varieties, so they get access for technology, but not only access, we also provide the strategy how to multiply and disseminate the seeds. So we are with farmers until they get the yield into their household. Including women is not believing in number. It's not how much we train them. It's not how much we send them for practical exposure. It has its own impact, but it's not the real involvement of farmers. So involving farmers is different from participating farmers in the decision-making processes. So we believe that we are involving farmers to take over the agenda jointly with us, also to make decisions with us. We include their preference in this decision-making process as well. So I also teach plant breeding, seed system, and agrobiodiversity in Mekelle University. I have 12 PhD students currently, and I used to supervise